So I know I am way overdue for this. If you watched my week 1 video, you'll recall that I was celebrating because I had survived Qelbree 100 milligrams for a full week after the disastrous side effects that I'd had on 200 milligrams last year. I promised you an update, and then I disappeared for 7 weeks. There's a specific reason for that. Instead of bumping me up to 200 milligrams, my ADHD provider decided to keep me on 100 milligrams for 2 months in order to allow my body to adjust slowly. So that's where I've been. For the last 7 weeks, weeks 2 through 8, I have been in 100 milligram limbo land. And honestly, it was the right call. The side effects have been mild compared to that disaster last year. Let's take a look at exactly what's happened over the last 2 months. First, let's talk about energy. The good news is that those Inception-like dreams and insomnia have mostly settled down, and my sleep has mostly returned to normal. However, I've been having what I call nap attacks. It doesn't happen every day, but every now and then I get this wave of exhaustion, and my body feels that it just has to shut down and sleep. It's annoying, especially when I have a lot of work to do. But compared to the 200 milligrams last year when I was extremely sedated to the point that I couldn't function at all for hours, this is manageable. I take a nap, I reset, I move on. Now, physically, a familiar enemy has popped up a couple of times. You may recall from my first 2 Qelbree videos a description of a burning pain in the forehead and the temple. I have had that, not as bad as it was, but it's just like a carpet burn if you've ever had one of those. And what happens when you touch a carpet burn? The pain is just amplified, and that's what happens here too. It's just kind of a reminder that even on a small dose, the drug is doing something to my system. The other thing still going on is those hand tremors are slightly elevated. That's not a surprise, and it is manageable at this point. There was one new development over the course of the last 2 months, and that's that on 2 different occasions, I had heart palpitations. So, that's the fluttery, fast beating of the heart that sometimes makes you actually rub your chest area, wondering, what's going on. This needs to stop. It only lasts for about 5 to 10 seconds, then it goes away. So that did happen twice, and I did note that. The other thing is that I have had elevated high blood pressure and heart rate. With my blood pressure, it's never a good thing. With the heart rate, for me, actually, it is a good thing because I have a naturally low heart rate. So after 2 months on 100 milligrams of Qelbree, is it helping my ADHD? No, it's not. In fact, I've had 0 improvement to my executive functioning and to my focus. But you know what? That's to be expected. I am on a very low dose of Qelbree for an adult at 100 milligrams. The purpose right now is not to fix my ADHD. It's to help my body adjust to the medication so that we could move up to higher doses, which will hopefully bring more benefits. And speaking of which, the training ends tomorrow, my friends. That's right. Tomorrow I see my ADHD provider where I am expected to be boosted to 200 milligrams.
I've got my arsenal, I'm ready for the fight. My brain needs backup, and that's alright. I'm not going solo. I've learned what I need.
I feel ready this time. My body has had 8 weeks to prep, so the next update will be the real test. Be sure to subscribe so that you'll get that update, and let me know in the comments if you're on Qelbree. When did you start to feel benefits to your ADHD? At what dosage did those benefits kick in? We'll see you next time. So I know, I am way overdue for this. Let's not hit the microphone. You're okay. For nearly 2 months, in order to allow my body. First, let's talk about energy. Okay, we could talk about energy. What do you want to say? Because I forgot my line today. It was a lot worse when I had that 1 day 200 megabyte. I did it again. It's millimeter. milligram. Oh my gosh. I've had 0 improvement to executive focus and to executive focus. How about executive function? I wonder what executive focus is.